Alright, so good day kids. Today, pag-usapan natin ang addition and subtraction of fractions. Okay? So ito yung pag-usapan natin today. Now, bago tayo mag-add and mag-subtract ng fraction, alamin muna natin ano bang ibig sabihin ng fraction. So pag sinabi natin fraction, fraction is part of a whole. Ibig sabihin, kapiraso lang ng kabuuan ang fraction. So if you were asked, ano mas malaki, 1/4 or 1? Of course, mas malaki ang 1 kasi nga si 1/4 ay nanggaling lang kay 1. Because remember, 1 is a whole number and 1/4 is the fraction. Okay, so always remember that. Now, meron tayo yung mga parts ng fraction. Okay, so for example, you're given 4 and 2/3. Okay, so meron tayo yung mga parts na dyan tinatawag. Meron tayong tinatawag na numerator, denominator, and the whole number. So, nasan po ba ang numerator? So, yung numerator is yung upper number o yung nasa number na nasa ibabaw. So, there we go. So, that is our numerator. And the denominator naman po is yung nasa bottom number. Okay, so that is 3. And the whole number is number, okay, before the fractional part. Okay, that is 4. So, yan po yung parts ng ating fraction. Okay? So, meron din tayo dyan, okay, the kinds of fractions. So, first of that is what we call proper fraction. So, pag sinabi natin proper fraction, ito yung arrangement from where the numerator is less than the denominator. For example, meron tayo yung 1/2. Okay, si 1 is the numerator and 2 is your denominator. So, mas maliit si numerator kumpara kay denominator. So, yun yung proper fraction. Now, paano naman yung improper fraction? Improper. Okay? This time around, kabaliktaran naman siya ng proper fraction. How is it? Yung numerator is greater than the denominator. Baliktad. So, for example, 5/3. So, numerator is 5 and 3 is your denominator. So, mapapansin doon, mas mataas or mas malaking number yung denominator, or rather numerator, kaysa kay denominator. Okay? So, that is what you call improper fraction. This time naman, mixed number, ito yung combination. Combination of whole number and the proper fraction. So, how is this? Ito yung gaya nito yung example natin kanina 4 and 2/3. Okay? Gaya ng example, may whole number siya and then meron siyang fractional part. So, that is a mixed number. So, yun yung mga kinds ng fractions natin. Okay? At makikita natin mamaya sa ating computation. Now, fractions can be, okay, pwede siya maging like or similar fraction. So, pag sinabi natin like or similar fraction, meron silang the same denominators or yung tinatawag natin na bottom numbers. Okay? Pare-pareho. For example, 2/5, 1/5, 4/5. So, makikita natin dyan, okay, yung denominators nila, they're all the same. Okay? Pare-parehong 5. Yan yung tinatawag natin na similar or like fractions. And we have in there also unlike fractions. Yung unlike fractions naman, yun yung mga fractions with different denominators or bottom numbers. So, makikita natin, magkakaibang kanilang denominator. So, 2/5, 1/4, and 4/8. So, yun yung pagkakaiba niyan. Now, in computation, in adding and or subtracting these fractions, ganito, mas madaling isolve yung similar fraction kumpara kay unlike fraction or dissimilar fraction. Okay? Kasi kay dissimilar fraction, dapat kuhanin natin yung equivalent fraction muna nila. Maging parehong kanilang denominator bago natin sila ma-compute, bago natin sila ma-add or ma-subtract. As compare kay similar, dire-diretso lang tayo sa addition or subtraction of these fractions. Okay? Now, so let's start with the addition of fractions. So, paano po ba tayo mag-add ng fractions? So, unahin natin kapag similar fraction. So, pag similar fraction tayo, meron tayong mga steps dyan. First, copy the common denominator. Kopyahin lang yung denominator since pareho-pareho lang naman. And then, we just have to add the numerator. I-add lang natin ang numerator. And, syempre, the last part there is we have to simplify our answer. Always simplify your answer if possible. Okay? So, like for example, 3/5 plus 1/5. So, makikita natin our denominators are 5. Parehong 5. So, similar fraction tayo. So, anong ginawa natin? First step, copy the denominator. Okay? So, naging 5. Next, 3 plus 1. Okay? So, kinopy lang natin. Nilipat natin doon para hindi tayo malito. Ayan. Now, so 3 plus 1 is 4. And copy the same denominator is 5. So, our answer is 4/5 or 4/5. Diba? So, simpleng-simple ang pag-a-add kapag similar fractions. Kasi nga po, kids, ang sabi ko sa inyo, mas madali kapag pareho na kasi yung denominator natin. Wala na tayong ibang gagawin. Okay, so just add the numerator na lang kagad tayo. And of course, simplify your answer as what I told you. Okay, kung pwede lang. Pero kung hindi na pwede, gaya na itong 4/5, so huwag na natin i-simplify, of course. Okay, now, paano naman kapag yung unlike or dissimilar fraction na? Ito na tayo. So kapag unlike or dissimilar fractions ang pinag-uusapan na natin, okay, first, we have to change them into equivalent fractions using LCD. Okay, kailangan natin ang LCD. Okay? Dapat mahanap natin ang LCD para maging magkaparehong kanilang denominator. And then, we have in there, perform the indicated operation since addition tayo. So, ang indicated operation natin ay mag-add. And of course, simplify your answer. Okay, gaya kanina. Now, for example, 2/5 plus 1/2. So, makita natin dyan, denominator ng unang fraction natin is 5 and the second one is 2. So, hanapin natin ang LCD ng 5 and 2. So, gamitan natin dyan kung ano yung pinag-aaralan na natin about LCM. Diba? Sa LCM natin, gumamit tayo ng leasing method, prime factorization, or continuous division. Okay? So, again, apply natin yung pag-aaralan natin before para mahanap ang tinatawag natin na LCD. Okay? So, here, nakuha natin, we have 10. So, this is our LCD. Okay? So, ito na yung LCD natin, 10. So, what's next? Using the LCD, i-divide natin dun sa lumang denominator ng first fraction and then we have to multiply it to the numerator. So, 10 divided by 5 is 2 times 2, we have 4. Next, ganun din sa second fraction. 10 divided by 2 is 5 times 1 is 5. Ayun. Okay? Now, since meron tayong parehong denominator, just copy and then add your numerator. 4 plus 5 is equals to 10. So, ito yung ating sagot. 9/10. And again, third step, simplify your answer kapag possible. Pero kapag gaya neto, hindi naman na. So, huwag po natin simplify. Now, baka magtanong, paano pa pag-simplify niyan? Hahanap kayo ng number na pwedeng mag-divide sa kanila pareho. Dapat parehong number yon. Okay? Huwag kayong divide ng divide, okay? Dapat pareho lang. Okay, now, another method para makuha natin ang sagot dito sa unlike or dissimilar fraction. Okay, I guess this one is a bit easier. Okay? So, there's another way. First, we have to multiply the first fraction into the second fraction and vice versa. The denominator had the denominator. And copy the common denominator, then add the numerators, and then simplify your answer. Okay? So, gaya niya, paulit-ulit tayo, simplify your answer kapag possible lang po. For example, 2/5 plus 1/2. So, makikita natin, their denominators are not the same anymore. So, ano yung unang step? Yung denominator, okay, ng second fraction natin, i-multiply natin ito dito sa, okay, numerator and denominator ng unang fraction. Next, yung pangalawang denominator naman natin, ganun din ang gagawin natin. I-multiply din natin ito dito sa numerator and denominator ng second fraction. Okay, so in that way, magiging pareho ng kanilang denominator. Okay, so how is it? There we go. Yung denominator na 2, ayun na po siya. Okay, so naging 2/2 kasi nga i-multiply natin si numerator at saka si denominator. Next, ganun din ginawa natin sa first fraction natin, yung denominator. Minultiply natin siya doon sa first and second sa second fraction natin doon sa numerator and the denominator. So, multiply natin. 2 times 2 is 4, 2 times 5 is 10. Same way here, 1 times 5 is 5 and 2 times 5 is 10. So, ayan na po siya. Sir, bakit di tayo nag-add muna? Okay? Remember the PEMDAS rule. Okay? So, mauna si multiply bago mag-add. So, always remember that. So, there we go. We have the same denominators now. So, ang gagawin lang natin, copy the denominator and add the numerator. 4 plus 5, we have 9/10. So, kung makikita natin dito, kanina pareho itong sagot natin dun sa nauna nating step. So, the second method, I guess, this one is easier than the first one. Kasi yung first one, hanapin mong LCD. Paano pag nagkamali ka, di ba? So, eto lang naman is, iingatan mo na kung ano yung multiply mong denominator. So, tandaan, kapag first fraction ang gagawin natin multiply, ang gamitin natin yung denominator ng second fraction. Kapag sa second fraction naman tayo, gamitin natin ang denominator ng first fraction. So, ganun lang po siya kasimple. Okay? So, now, how about naman kapag mixed number na tayo? Okay? So, kapag mixed number na pinag-usapan natin, for example, is 18 and 9 over 16 plus 24 and 7 over 12, paano mangyayari? Ganito po. Okay? So, again, yung whole number natin, huwag kayong mababothered, hayaan nyo lang yan. Kasi, ikakopy lang natin. Hindi sila maapektuhan dito sa fractional part. Okay? Ang gagawin natin, unahin natin isolve itong fractional part natin. Again, since hindi magkapareho ang kanilang denominator, hanapin natin ang kanilang tinatawag na LCD. Okay? So, there we go. So, si 18 and 9 over 16, ayun siya. Okay? And then, 24 and 7 over 12, we have it here also. So, makikita nyo, si 18 and 24, hindi siya mababago. Kasi nga po, whole number sila. Hindi sila pwedeng galaw-galawin na dyan. So, as is na. Next, 48. Bakit may 48? Saan ang galing ang 48? Si 48 ay LCD ng 16 and 12. So, saan ang galing si 27? 48 na LCD divided by the denominator 16 times 9, we have 27. Ganon din sa pangalawang fraction natin. 48 divided by 12 times 7 is 28. Okay? So, since meron tayong bagong fractional part there, so add na tayo. 18 plus 24. Okay, and then yung part natin, 48, copy the same denominator. 27 plus 28, we have in there 42 and 55 over 48. So makikita natin nasa improper fraction. So gawin natin proper. So paano gagawin? 48 divided by 55. So naging 43. But naging 43 kasi nga meron siyang additional na one whole number. Okay, so the denominator is 48 pa rin. And our new numerator is 7. So, ito yung simplest form ng 42 and 55 over 48. So, this would be our answer. Okay, so ito yung steps natin kung paano natin kinumpute itong mixed number. So, ganun lang po siya kasimple. Okay, huwag kayong mababother dyan sa mga whole numbers natin. Alright? So, that is how are we going to add fractions. Now, paano naman kapag subtraction na tayo ng fractions? So what I said, kung anong gagawin natin sa addition ng fraction, ganun din po ang gagawin natin sa subtraction ng fractions. Walang pagkakaiba, operation lang po. Okay? Magsusubtract lang tayo ngayon. Now, similar fraction, makita natin steps, copy the common denominator, subtract the numerators, and simplify your answer. There we go. Okay, again, we have the common denominator, 5, kinopya lang natin. Okay? And the numerators natin, we have 3 minus 1. Ayan, makita natin doon. So, 5. Copy the common denominator. 3 minus 1 is 2. So, this is our answer. 2/5. Diba? So, kung makikita natin, kanina, balikan natin si addition. Parehong-pareho lang sila. Wala silang pagkakaiba. Yun nga, sabi ko, operation lang talaga. Okay? So, yun. Next. Paano naman kapag dissimilar or unlike fractions? Again, gaya ng ginawa natin, una, hanapin si LCD. Diba? And then perform the indicated operation. So this time around, since subtraction tayo, ang gagawin natin ay mag-subtract, magbabawas. And finally, simplify your final answer. For example, 1/2 minus 2/5. So makita natin dito ngayon, kids, is meron tayong 2 as the denominator of the first fraction and 5 is the denominator of the second fraction. So again, first step, hanapin natin ang LCD. So again, the LCD now here is 10. Okay? So paano natin hinanap again ang LCD? Ginamitan natin ng steps o yung methods ng prime factorization, pwedeng listing method or pwede din namang continuous division method. Okay? So mag-ingat lang tayo sa paghahanap ng LCD. Okay? Now, since we have the LCD now, anong susunod natin? So again, LCD divided by the denominator of the first fraction times the numerator, we have 5. Bagong numerator tayo. Sunod, 10 na LCD, divide natin sa second denominator of the second fraction, which is 2, times 2, answer is 4. So meron rin tayong bagong numerator para sa second fraction natin. So, last step, copy lang natin yung common denominator, 10. And 5 minus 4 is 1. So, there we go. Ito na yung sagot po natin. Again, simplify your answer kapag pwede lang po ha. So, like this one, 1 over 10, hindi na siya mas-simplify. So, okay, wala na po tayong gagawin. Okay? So, ganyan siya pag unlike fraction. Now, yung another method gaya ng ginawa natin kanina sa addition. Okay? Paano natin mag-subtract ng unlike fraction gaya ng ginawa natin? So, again, you can see in there, parehong-pareho lang naman ang ating steps. And, okay, yung process natin, okay, gagamitin natin yung kanina din para makita yung na pareho ang sagot natin. So, 1/2 minus 2/5. Again, yung denominator natin, ito hanggang pag-multiply natin dito. Okay? And yung denominator ng una naman, yun ang pang-multiply natin sa second fraction natin. So, ano mangyayari? Ayan. Okay, so ito yung ano natin, given number. So, here we go. Ayan, yung denominator na 5, ayun siya. Okay? And yung denominator natin na 2 sa first fraction, ayun naman po siya. Okay? So, again, PEMDAS rule, mauna ang multiplication. So, 5 times 1 is 5. 5 times 2 is 10. Next, 2 times 2 is 4, and 5 times 2 is 10. Okay? Then, copy lang natin yung subtraction na sign. And final tayo, since the same ang ating denominator, 10, so copy the same denominator, 10, and subtract tayo ng numerators. So, we have 5 minus 4, the answer is 1 over 10. Okay? So, in a ways here, kapag unlike yung subtraction natin, or addition natin, okay, nasa inyo naman yung kung anong method ang gusto nyo. Yung finding the LCD ba or gamitin na natin yung denominator. Okay? Tapos important there is alam natin yung process na ginagawa natin so that tama yung makuha nating sagot. Kasi kapag nagkamali tayo, of course, mamamalitag ang final answer natin. Okay? So, but kids, always remember, simplify your answer if possible, kung kaya. Okay? Pag hindi naman, like this one, 1 over 10, so, never mind. Okay? Now, kapag mag-subtract na tayo ng mixed number. Okay, so again, ito yung steps natin kanina, yung find the LCD of a fraction, then change them into equivalent fractions using the LCD. And then we have to subtract the whole number parts, then the fractional part. Simplify your answer. So as, okay, I always reminded to you. Okay, so for example, 34 and 16 over 25 minus 20 and 4 over 15. So again, makita natin, okay, si 34 walang nabago, 20 walang nabago. Okay, so ang magbabago lang dito is yung sa denominator and the numerator. Bakit? Kasi sa denominator ay hanapin natin yung sinasabing LCD. Okay? So, we have LCD which is 75 now. So, LCD 75 divided by 25 times 16 is 48. Okay? Ganon din gagawin natin sa pangalawang fraction. 75 divided by 15 times 4 is 20. Okay? So, since meron na tayo nakuha yung numerator and the denominators there, so pwede na tayong magdiretso sa ating subtraction. So, first, subtract your whole number. 34 minus 20, and then copy the same denominator, 75, and then you have to subtract your numerator, 48 minus 20. So, our answer there is 14 and 28 over 75. So, this would be our final answer. So, makikita nyo kids ang 75, kinapi lang natin. Okay? Kasi nga pareho naman ang denominator. Alright? So, again, yun na po ang ating final answer. And simplify your answer if possible. So, this time around, hindi naman na po. So, we have to stop on it. Okay? So, that is how we're going to subtract mixed number. Alright, so, that's it for our lesson today. And remember, okay, ingatan po natin kapag nagsusubtract tayo nag-a-add tayo ng fractions. Okay? And always remember, yung LCD po dapat iningin natin paghanap kasi doon po tayo magkakamali kapag yun ang nagkamali kayo. Pag mali ang LCD mo, automatic maling-mali na ang sagot po natin. Okay, so that's it for today kids. Till next time, bye.